The way that evidence comes to the defense in a criminal case, at least ordinarily and at the beginning, is that we file with the state of Florida a request that all discovery materials that they have in their possession should be turned over to us within 15 days. And they comply, not always within 15 days, but within a short period of time. They voluntarily supply us with a couple of things. One is the list of witnesses that are material to the case. Whether the witnesses are helpful to the state or helpful to the defense, they need to be listed by the state of Florida if they know who those witnesses are, with their addresses, if they're law enforcement, what law enforcement agency, and those sorts of things. So we get those witnesses. We also get with them what's known as items of physical evidence that they've gathered in the case, any test results, expert witnesses that they intend to call if those results are already in. Sometimes the case is still under investigation, even when they filed charges, so they'll tell us that as well, and they'll tell us whether or not, and they'll show us whether or not they have electronic surveillance, whether it's audio and video, whether they have any computer information, whether they've gathered during the case. Any and all those materials need to be turned over to us. But we also can conduct our own investigation, depending on what our client knows about the case and what our client can tell us. Sometimes we go out and interview witnesses, take sworn statements from witnesses ourselves. If we intend to use those witnesses in our case, we have to turn those over timely to the state of Florida as well, so that when everyone goes to trial in the case, both the state and the defense, each side should know every piece of physical evidence that's going to be used by either side, and everyone should know who the witnesses are. If we need experts, we're required to timely supply those experts to the state of Florida if we're going to use them at trial, including any reports that they've made. They're normally required to file a written report of their findings, and we have that report for ourselves, and we turn those reports over to the prosecution. State of Florida, the prosecutor is in a different position. His job is to do justice. Our job is to defend our client vigorously within the bounds of the law. They are required to turn over everything they have. Their failure to do so can cause a mistrial, can cause a dismissal of the case in the most grievous of circumstances, and can cause them to face some punishment from the court if their actions are willful.